Hi everyone, this is Karen for Online Healing Community. Welcome to Creating Space. And today we're going to talk about letting joy in. And joining us is Access Consciousness Bars Facilitator, June Hebrew. Hi June, welcome back.
Hi! Hello,
How are
online
you?
community. Hey, Karen again.
Hi, how are you? It's been a while since we've talked here in this space.
I've been chill, really, really, really chill. Just taking it one step at a time, and just doing some energy work as usual. I'm currently in a seven. This one is a 7 day energy pool with Renee Yo, our favorite Renee Yo, one of our 35 facilitators in Access Consciousness. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty chill. But you know, I've known you since the pandemic, so I've known you since 2 years now. But the first time I met you, you've been very zen, stoic even.
Very, yeah.
Yeah. And but now you're letting joy in. Can you tell us about that journey?
Um, even if I was practicing Stoicism in the past and practicing Zen, I was really also into joyfulness and gratitude meditation. And but the thing is, I think the difference is that um, when when I did not know what happiness is or what joyfulness is, I would usually be loud. Happiness for me before was loud, like something to be happening a lot of time so that I could feel happiness, or I have to be going out with my friends. I have to be, there has to be a lot of activities on my plate. Like I have to be able to watch movies outside, or maybe watch my favorite series. That was for me what happiness is, right? And then when I went into the journey of um, Zen, and when I went to the journey of meditation, all right, and I met different spiritual people. My definition of happiness deepened, because you see, in the past, I was taught that happiness was obedience. Obedience, like strict, strict obedience. Like it has to be this, right? For you to attain happiness, it has to be this. Okay, you have to follow a very specific pathway to it, which I now know is very limiting. And I, at least, and then I learned from other people that to be happy is simply um, to be happy is to do a lot of things, like go out, go out, go out, again, do a lot of activities. And then it just didn't resonate with me. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm very much introverted in a way. And even now, that when I tell people about it, or some people about it, they won't believe me that as, I don't enjoy so many people around me, because in a way, um, it's draining. But in this journey, all right, um, when I was doing a lot of meditation already, a lot of awareness work, unconsciousness work, I realized one thing, that um, happiness and joyfulness springs from living your highest self, and living that which really fulfill you. I now I realize that be when you are you, you get to receive all around you, including joy. Because when you're not you, and when you are not living who you are, then you are receiving, perhaps that is not what is for you. But when you have become, as you become more authentic, as you become more you in the process, the more you receive. And joy is a joy is a wonderful, wonderful part of what you are receiving. And being you is what would allow you to actually live your highest self, no matter who you are.
Okay, that's quite a
Well,
journey. Like initially you said
really,
that happiness for you is being loud. That was your first definition of happiness. And then
yeah,
when you got into Zen meditation, the definition of happiness deepened. And then now for you, happiness is linked to authenticity. You
it
are
is.
now, yeah, so that's quite a journey. Right now, you're an access consciousness Boris facilitator. How has access consciousness help you live your most authentic self or your truth?
Oh my gosh, access consciousness changed the way I view things. The polarity of it all, that there's only one right road to take, and that the rest would be wrong roads to take. That polarity actually, that polarity, that polarized conditioning where I grew up in, actually was really did not help me mentally in the past, right? And I know a lot of people, a lot of people are very much in their head, but I think what access consciousness allowed me to do is to really get out of my mind and shake my belief system, my point of view, and my judgment, and my perception, and projections of this reality, and that there is another reality which is outside the polarized conditioning that I had. So, access consciousness really opened me up to a lot of possibilities that I never thought was possible. For instance, I'm a business graduate. And upon graduation, and this is one of the polarities, no, the example of polarities that I have experienced. As a business graduate, I thought that I would only be aligned with what business is all about. All business that I should maybe take up MBA, or maybe anything that's related to how to manage a business. But then I realized even then that business wasn't for me. I realized that I was more for communication or social sciences. And now I'm living that I'm choosing for myself that which I'd like to choose for myself, and not because at the back of my head somebody else or some voices were telling me to just do this because this is what's for me and this is what's right for me. And what I realized was there's no such thing as what's right, really. It's just a matter of choosing um, what works for you. And I did not know that, but in the past I kept choosing, and I thought I was choosing for myself, but I kept choosing for other people, and it did not help me. And access consciousness rather, allowed me to genuinely choose me, and
No.
it's fun, and it's
That's
fun.
beautiful. Choosing you, right? And I remember one of our conversations when I don't know if I can talk about this, when you chose living under dire circumstances, when you could choose a better circumstance, but you just chose
Yes,
something else.
yes, and that there was so much fear inside me that I might not make it on my own. And so I decided to just live under the stairs, or beside the kitchen sink. All right. And then not realizing that there are so much more options, so much more possibilities and choices available for me. I mean, not that I am wronging myself with regard to the choices that I have made, but if I had known access consciousness during that time, perhaps, then I would have been more open to choosing differently and
Mm.
to really creating the life that I like for myself.
Yeah.
And access consciousness, and since it allows you to lower your barriers to life itself, and it allows you to receive more, including your body, and joy becomes is an integral part of it. Joy is an integral part of that receiving process where I realize that, oh, wait, I am allowed to choose joyfulness for myself.
I
And
was
then,
just wondering, why did you choose? Because we're laughing about this.
yeah, we're
Because you
laughing
have,
about it, all
we're
right?
laughing about this, remember? Because you have the resources to actually get a really, really nice place. But you chose to live near the stairs. Parang mala Harry Potter. Di ba? You chose to live near the
um,
stairs when you have options really and you have resources.
I did
What
not know I had the option that time.
what happened there?
I did not
Oh,
know that I had the option that time. I did not know that I could actually choose different. Okay, what's different at that time?
hmm,
And at the same time, I did not want to. I did not want to sound as if I was ungrateful to the person who actually helped me. And I'm still grateful for that person, but it felt like I would be ungrateful. It would be a form of betrayal, okay, to not choose something different for myself. And now, okay, I'm in a space of um, possibilities, possibilities like what else is possible. And in access consciousness, where instead of coming into conclusion or arriving at a conclusion, we are actually taught to ask questions. And one of my favorites is what else is possible. It has become what else is possible. That question has stuck with me for the longest time whenever I feel like I don't have a choice. Another would be, of course, our favorites. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? How does it get any better than this? Even with those two lessons or with those two questions that I have learned, and that is also from online healing community, by the way. I remember when you connected Tina. It was Tina Swelter from Davao, right? Tina, if you're
yeah.
there, if you're maybe you'll watch this in the future, all right? It was through Tina that we have learned so much, all right, that I have learned so much about access consciousness and the clearing statement and all these things, and a lot of possibilities just opened up. Right, a lot of possibilities just opened up. In the past, I would just like to have a small clinic, small home apartment clinic that I could have, because I think that I was at that time I already knew that my path would be that of a healer. Right, I knew that was going to be my pathway already. All right, and so I wanted to have that clinic, and now I have a small clinic where people come and um, ask for consult, whether it's psychotherapy, whether it's Reiki or panic healing, and but mainly now I practice access consciousness because it's so light. It's so light to practice, and I don't know. There's just so much joy in practicing access consciousness because we were also taught to somehow reshape this reality that this question: what if joyfulness is your true nature? I heard it from Access Consciousness founder Dane here and Gary Douglas. What if joyfulness is your true nature? It did not occur to me before. It did not
Mm.
occur to me that way. I grew up in an environment where suffering was the norm. I'm laughing now because whoa, all right. I'm laughing because looking back, all right. Why was I in that space again? Or I grew up in a space where lack also was the norm, all right, and where when you're joyful and you're happy, something extraordinary must have happened preceding that kind of emotion, and that there's so much significance put on joy as a pressure or happiness, like the significance, like um that you have to graduate from college first. Maybe you have to win a leadership award. You have to be awarded a leadership award when you graduate. Okay, or maybe you have to do something grand. Okay, for joyfulness and for happiness. And well, those are those are all just the limitations and my perceptions. But now you wake up, even if sometimes I have body pains. I wake up and then the first thing I do is actually just really smile
Mm.
and let joy in through my breath. Like, oh shoot, I'm still alive. What a wonderful, joyful day is awaiting me. Not saying that life is all fairies and rainbows and it's all working out, but you are now allowed that space to choose. Oh wait, all right. I have been conditioned to be sad when this happened, or have been conditioned to feel bad about this situation. This situation is meant to make me feel bad. Now I know that that's not being sad is not the only choice I have. I can also choose happiness. And again, I'm not going through. I'm not going to. Um, or I'm not going through toxic positivity. So it's not about that. It's not about be positive, be positive. You have to have a positive mental attitude. You focus on the positive things. I mean, I'm not referring to that, okay? Because I think true joyfulness happens, or you can choose, or you are only in the space of choosing joyfulness when you are also in complete awareness of what's going on around you. Like I wake up. I know that there will be. I know that the day ahead will be a bit challenging, maybe. All right, will be a bit challenging, maybe. But you no longer, or I no longer sulk into wallowing. I no longer wallow into the badness of my day, because I know that even though there may be some things that I do not like that might happen along the way, that I could always I could always choose happiness, and I could always let joy in. And it's quite a shift from how I understood how life is meant to be lived. I think no one, I think in school, when we are growing up, no one has taught how to be joyful. And I think also growing up, I've heard once or twice, or not just once or twice, no, but maybe many, many times, that if you're very, very happy, then what comes after the happiness is sadness and grieving and mourning. So a part of me got scared to really, really be happy.
Oh, I have a question about that. There's
Yes.
somebody who asked me because I see clients for therapy, right? And this client said, I can't understand this. I'm happy. I'm not used to being happy. Can you please tell me what's going on? So I'd like to pass that question to you. What do we
Um,
do? Some
you
people are so used to suffering and loneliness that when happiness finally comes in their lives, they don't know what to do with it. And
they
they're
don't
like,
know what to do with it. Instead of
yeah,
just receiving it, they think that a lot of people think that there's something wrong with them if they choose happiness for themselves. Now, guys, in this, I don't like to create an impression that I don't have challenges in my life, or that I don't have problems, or that sometimes I don't get mad. Sometimes I really get mad. I get frustrated sometimes as well. But I think it's that awareness that, oops, I'm getting frustrated. Okay, what the hell? All right, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? I get into question instead of a conclusion, of getting into conclusion. And I do not deny myself that capacity to perceive that kind of emotion. At least not anymore. If I feel anger, I would acknowledge, oops, this is anger. I have anger in my body, all right, in my system. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, how does it get better than this? What else is possible? And of course, one of the tools that we were taught, who does it belong to? Because sometimes, and I know this now, it really does not belong to us,
Mhm.
all right, because our nature is, our true nature is that of a joyful being. Now, um, when you mentioned I don't understand but I'm happy, because you're not meant to understand happiness, all right? You're not supposed to logify or logicize, I don't know. All right, I'm making up words. You're not supposed to qualify what happiness is. You just receive it. And a lot of people get into their head when they experience happiness.
And
Right?
yeah,
Oops.
also talk about foreboding joy. A lot of people, when they're happy, the next thing they talk about is, oh my gosh, something bad will happen because I'm so happy.
That's, yeah, foreboding joy, right? Foreboding joy. Um, this I have foreboding joy. Actually, I first heard it from Brene Brown in one of her TED talks, where um, she she assisted the audience into visualizing something, right? That everyone's happy in the car. Okay, dad is driving, mom is so happy, the kids are singing a Christmas song because they're all going to their folks, okay, to their grandparents, and they're so happy driving and driving and driving. And as part of her research, she asked, "What do you think would happen next?" And the majority of the respondents said that there would be a car accident. Isn't that funny? All right, that's so funny. But in a way, that's how we are hardwired. All right, it's hardwired into our system because that was the norm created by the media for us. All right, the media for us, and so we tend to subscribe to it. That if something is really really happy, something is going right, and then something doomy, all right, is bound to happen. And I remember also another example that Brene Brown gave was, um, how happy she was looking at her kids, right? Looking at her kids, and there was this moment of joy just being in this of space of peace and calm when she was looking at her kids when they were about to sleep, and then suddenly she got scared because she questioned herself, oh shoot, what's going to happen next? Why am I
Yeah.
feeling this? Right? And that is, and that is hardwired into our psyche in a way, because we all grew up, all right, being conditioned that happiness always has a catch. But happiness, now I've learned, that happiness doesn't have a catch. So when I'm happy, I stop questioning the happiness. Okay, I'm happy, and then of course my mind would go into, oh shoot, I'm so happy. I wonder what's going to happen next. Of course, my mind would go that way, but
Yes.
then I'll I'll pull it back. Oops, I'm happy. That's all that matters right now. I'm here. I'm happy at this very moment. Right. So happiness does not have a catch. Happiness is just happiness. And if happiness has a catch, then I don't think that is really happiness. I think that, or I don't think that is authentic happiness, but I think that happiness is happiness created by the egoistic mind. That
So you're
some,
saying let's just experience. If you're happy, if you're joyful, please
you're
experience
happy,
it. Stop
clap your hands.
questioning it. Stop thinking of the next bad thing that will happen. Can you just be happy? Right?
Right? If you're happy, you know it, just clap your hands.
Right? That's
Okay?
so true.
And so I stopped getting into my head very much. I mean, I used to be very cerebral. Like in the past, I wouldn't really understand very much why people were very happy to see rainbows. When I know that even when I was in grade five, I was taught that rainbows were just prisms, light, were just light crossing through prisms. But now, when I see rainbows, and when I see rainbows, okay, when I see different colors, it sparks joy in me. Hi, Junalie.
And Junaline's listening in. Hi, Junaline. And one thing that we're really, really happy about, and just on cue, is this 7 day of change that we're co-hosting,
Yes, a day
right?
of change, and you are all invited.
So, yeah,
That's
June and I are co-hosting this. How do you share this? Yeah,
there
co-host.
you
There
go.
you go. Co-hosting Junaline for this event this November, and we're so happy. This is one thing that we're so happy about. You wanna talk about this, June?
Yeah, 7 days of change. All right, 7 days of change. I haven't done the foundation. I haven't done the 3-day body class, but here's what I have noticed from people who have done the foundation. They're not the same people, and not in a bad way, but they're just this beings of lightness that have. I mean, Karen, for example, who has taken the foundation. Before I saw Karen, before Karen and I would share this really stoic point of view about life. But after the foundation, I have really seen Karen opened up to a lot of possibilities, and that just inspired me. And also, that's the reason why I will be attending this again. Is this November 16? Is this November 16, Karen?
This is 7 days of change. So November 16 to 19, we have the foundation class,
Yeah.
and then 20 to 22, there's a 3 day body class.
And of course, you have to have taken Access Bars class for you to be able to attend it. All right. I'll be facilitating. I'll be facilitating Access Bars class this coming Saturday. So if you guys are free, feel free to drop me a message or Karen a message. All right. So you could qualify to join this wonderful 7 days of change.
Yeah, we're also going to put your link on the chat box so they can message you directly, June.
All right. Thank you so much. Yep. You can message me directly about this.
Okay, so seven
Julie,
days.
so nice to see you here.
Yeah, and we'll see her in person very, very soon. Because, in the Philippines, there are a lot of access bars facilitator like June and myself. But
Yes.
there's no one who's qualified to teach access bars foundation or the 3D body class yet. Because those are high
Yes.
level courses. So most of the time, you have to fly out of Manila to take these courses, and you have to pay for your plane ticket, and you have to pay for your hotel accommodation aside from the fee of the class. So it's really, really good that Junalyn is going to fly in Manila from Lebanon and facilitate
Woo!
this class here in Manila. And so we're not just inviting people in Manila, we're actually inviting people from Asia. People are willing to fly to Manila to take this 7 days of change.
Awesome! How does it get any
Yeah,
better than
and better than
that?
this. So there we're so excited for this 7 days of change. And again, you can one of the prerequisite for the 7 days of change is the access bars class. So you can connect to June. And we all actually now, because we want to support you, and everybody who wants to take the 7 days of change, there's June's link, so you can go there to ask him about access bars, and also to support you for all your questions, and to connect you to Junaline even before the event. We're going to have an FB page. So it's a 7 days of
7 days
change.
of change. Yes.
Okay, so if you can please join that so we can all connect and talk about these classes even before the November. So how does it get any better than that? Ask Junaline. Really, how does it
How
get any better
better
than
than
that?
this?
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And again, June, I was thinking, what, because you said that access consciousness opened you up to possibilities, right? So what?
Possibilities.
Yeah, and you said that with you're so excited to attend the foundation and the 3D body class because you're expecting more opening up of possibilities. I was
Yes.
thinking, yeah, why ask for more? I mean, for people who are skeptic,
Ask for more. I
why
mean,
ask for more?
why not? If one of the things I like about access consciousness is that it offers you, it gives you a peek to a window where there's a lot of possibilities. And that when you peek through this window, you're also given tools to actually open the windows and just jump out of the window, or maybe, well, if you prefer a door, then it'll give you keys to unlock the door from the inside of the house so that you can actually explore outside. I mean, isn't that amazing? I mean, sometimes we think we can we always lock the house from the outside, right? Or we can lock ourselves out of the house, but a lot of us don't realize that we're actually locked inside our house and that there are a lot of possibilities waiting for us when we go out of the house. And without us knowing, we have locked ourselves into the house. And I'm so excited because this is what I'm picturing, that if I take the when I take the foundations and the body class, I'll have a lot of tools, not just to unlock the door, but also um, even when I step out of the house, I'll also have a lot of tools to explore more.
Yeah. Like
And
right
that
now in this conversation, June told us about two questions that he used in his life. And if you can just use it, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? Your life will expand. But for example, for the foundation, that's like hundreds of tools will be opened up
hundreds
for
of
you.
tools,
If you
right?
go to the 3D body class, that's 60 body processes that will be opened up for you. So,
Right.
yeah,
So,
how does it
and
get any better?
I've always been quite of a body conscious. Like my point of view of my body. Okay, I had this point of view about my body that I have to take extra care of it, otherwise it would fail me. All right. But then now, all right, now also I realize that okay, your body's not out there to get you. Your body's not out there to punish you. Your body is simply trying to communicate to you, and the pain is its way of actually telling you you have not been listening to me. So here, all right, I'm making myself heard. All right, and when and that's quite a realization for me, because in the past I thought I was already listening to my body, when in fact I wasn't really listening to my body. I was just dictating my body of what to do, of how I liked it to be, of how of how I imagine it to be, without asking me body questions, right? Without asking me body questions. And so now I'm exploring more questions that I can ask my body. One of which was what Junali taught in one of our podcasts as well. What does your body require? I mean, I always ask that to my body, even when when I'm starting to feel like I'd like to put something into it because there's space. And I used to miscalculate space as hunger. when in fact it's just my body being spacious. I mean, how does it get any how does it get any better than that, right? And so I am more joyful with my body even if it's sometimes not feeling okay. Like when you were here in the apartment, you know, right? I was limping because I had a bit of an arthritis attack, and now doing some clearings also with my energy pool with Renee. Um, that there are a lot of things that this arthritis attack has been teaching me. Not really teaching me, but there are a lot of things that I can expand on in terms of consciousness. And you know what? After our 2 days of just clearing, um, I feel so much better, and I'm not even putting significance to feeling better. It's just that I'm just receiving it and
Mhm.
receiving it and receiving it, and just being in constant question of how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? I mean, what else is possible? Okay, body, what else do you require? Body, what would it take for you to change this overnight? Body, what would it take for us to choose differently this time? And I mean, imagine if I've learned all that, all right, in just a short period of time talking to certified facilitators. And imagine if, and now imagine, I mean, what could be better than actually attending 7 days of just clearing,
And
learning tools,
this will be live. So we
right?
will be
Really,
together.
right?
So the experience is going to be different. And also what I like when people who are into access consciousness come together, I love the space that we create. The space of
Totally.
non-judgment and total allowance. I love that energy. And in that space a lot of things open up and a lot of things become possible because there's so
And
much space.
right, and even when we do bar swaps, I mean, when you come when we do bar swaps, a lot of things surface and a lot of things get cleared out,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Energetically. I mean, I forgot what we have talked about when you were here. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. But
you're the
that's nice. I've been asking for the longest time, why are access consciousness people so happy? Because that's a common denominator among all access consciousness people. And I really I found my answer recently because when you do a lot of clearings and a lot of the processes, you delete so many things that you no longer need.
that you no
And so you
longer
have yeah, and so you have so much space for more. And so your life, like your computer, if you keep on cleaning your computer works faster. And so your life is like that too. And you have more space for other things. So it's the same with your life. When you clear your cache, like they said, your life moves so a lot faster.
how does it get any better than that, right?
Yeah, super excited. I hope you can join us. It's really, really cool. But if you don't want to change anything in your life, if you want to
Yeah,
remain the same, please don't go because
or
it,
if you
it
don't like to, if it's too much fun for you, then don't go.
yeah, don't go if you don't want to change. But if you want change, if you want joy, if you're open to that, please
And
join our
relax.
FB group, 7 Days of Change, and we'll tell you more about that in the group. And again, I'm reminding you this Saturday, June has an Access Consciousness certification,
Yes, access conscious
right?
certification class,
Bars.
which is also a prerequisite to the 7 days of change, right? The foundation and the 3 day body class.
Okay, and you can connect to June via Facebook. Okay, and the links are there below. So, our parting words for everyone, June.
Parting words. Be you, be truly, authentically you, and because that's what the world requires.
Yeah, I love that. Be you because that's what the world requires. And hopefully, if you want to chat with me and June some more, please
Yeah,
join our group, the 7 Days of Change group.
seven
And
days
Junalyn will
change group.
Yeah, and Junalyn will be there and will tell you more about what's coming up this November. We're super excited. So that's it for today. Bye, bye everyone. We'll see you soon. Thank you,
Bye.
June. Thank you so much.